Ah, I almost didn't see you there again. You seem to somehow always catch me. You're probably wondering, what is the tale today? Well, due to the fact that it's Hallow's End, I thought it only proper that we speak about the man, the myth, the legend, the Headless Horseman. So sit back and relax, have an ale, and listen to my tale, and let us go down this twisted trail. Long ago, before we heard the horseman's corrupted rhymes and poems, he was once a paladin of the Holy Light named Sir Thomas, and during this time the Lich Kel'Thuzad plagues the land of northern Lordaeron, and Arthas, Jaina, and Uther set out on a quest to find a cure for this mysterious plague, and that is when they came upon the city of Stratholme.
Glad you could make it, Uther.
Watch your tone with me, boy. You may be the prince, but I'm still your superior as a paladin.
As if I could forget. Listen, Uther. There's something about the plague you should know. Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead.
What?
This entire city must be purged.
How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city!
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
Then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas, you can't just...
It's done. Those of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight.
You've just crossed a terrible threshold, Arthas.
Jaina?
I'm sorry, Arthas. I can't watch you do this.
Sir Thomas, being a paladin of the Holy Light, followed Uther and refused to help Arthas slaughter an entire city. He agreed with Uther. There had to be another way. Sir Thomas was assigned to safeguard a village, and then the food supplies of the town were going quite low, and Sir Thomas started to doubt the light. But luckily, Lord Baron Rivendell supplied the town with food. Thomas thought he was a fool for ever doubting the light, and he asked and begged the light for forgiveness, and it was granted. The food did give the people the nutrients that they required to live, though Baron Rivendell was a long friend of the Lich Kel'Thuzad, who studied the dark arts of necromancy, and he joined the cult of the damned. The supplies of food turned the villagers into mindless undead zombies and ghouls, and they started to attack. So Sir Thomas had to fight off the people he once defended, and was quite shocked at Baron Rivendell's betrayal. Sir Thomas informed the higher paladins of his order of Baron Rivendell's betrayal and attack. The paladins thanked him and granted Thomas permission to return home to see his family. During this time, Arthas came home and murdered his father. Thomas, though, spent time with his beloved families and heard word that Jaina Proudmoore were taking people across sea to Theramore, and Thomas begged his family to go, but his wife refused, saying that Uther and Mulgrain should be able to destroy the scourge. But several days later, word came that Uther had fallen in combat to the now Death Knight Arthas. Sir Thomas cursed Arthas 1,000 times over, and he forced his family to go with Jaina, though a large storm was coming. So Thomas had to hurry and get his family on the boats. For 4 long, horrible years, they fought against the horrible undead. Thomas joined the Scarlet Crusade that was led by the Ashbringer Mulgrain. Mulgrain was no softy, and slew many of the undead forces until, in a shock, his own son Renault killed him. Another man fell to madness. Another man was betrayed. And this fact, this horrible fact, that the Scarlet Crusade was being led by a dreadlord named Balthazar. Due to the fact the Scarlet Crusade was being led by a dreadlord, Balthazar, they couldn't decide what was infected and uninfected due to the manipulation of the Scourge and the dreadlord. So, the Scarlet Crusade came upon a village and was surprised that it seemed completely normal. It was uninfected and they had more than enough food. The Scarlet Crusade didn't believe it, and so they did the thing that Arthas did, that Sir Thomas once cursed. They purged the entire village. Sir Thomas chased down a woman and her 2 children, and slew one of the children and the woman. And right before he dealt the killing blow to a small girl, she turned around, and he realized it was his daughter, and he killed his entire family, his wife, his son, his daughter. Sir Thomas quickly fell into insanity, realizing the boat never took off due to the storm. His comrades had to lock him up for a very long time, until one day the Scourge forces attacked, and they had to release Sir Thomas, thinking that he would help. And slaughter he did, slaughtering both the Scourge and the Scarlet, and they realized he was no longer their comrade. They quickly killed Sir Thomas by chopping his head off. Though the Dreadlord Balthanar was not done yet with Sir Thomas, and he used his felt energies to bring Sir Thomas back to life as a tortured spirit who now rains terror on the people of Azeroth. Thank you for joining me on my tale, so have an L on me, and I'll see you soon.